Yo, what's up guys? This video is gonna be on Virgil Hunter. Um and a question has been popping up in my mind, and not only in my mind, but a lot of people who've been watching boxing lately and his fighters. Is Virgil Hunter overrated? That's a tough question. I think it's about time people, look into Virgil Hunter because everyone says, Virgil Hunter is, an amazing trainer, this, Virgil Hunter is that. And, I'm not denying that this guy, is smart. He knows the game of boxing because you can tell by the way he speaks. I mean, everything he says is like intellectual and, he talks the talk. But, lately, he hasn't been walking the walk, or at least his fighters. You know, people keep bringing up Andre Ward. And let me tell you guys something. There's an exception to every fucking rule. An exception to every rule. I mean, Andre Ward, he fights off natural ability too. You can just tell the way he punches. I mean, you can tell it's natural the way it comes off his body. And he's the second best pound for pound fighter in the world. I mean, I'm pretty sure if he goes to another trainer, he's not going to be as. This guy will still be the second pound for pound fighter in the world. And it's the same. It's a shame people don't watch him too much because he has a boring style and things like that, and he doesn't talk shit like Mayweather, so you can't sell tickets either. But that's another whole different video. But let's focus back on Virgil Hunter. I think it's about time somebody holds him in the hot seat. Let's look at his fighters. We saw Angulo's last fight, and even though I knew he was gonna lose, anybody who knows boxing, anybody, knew Canelo was gonna fuck him up. Canelo's movement, hand speed, head movement, freaking, his speed. It was gonna be too much for fucking Angulo to handle. But I mean, Virgil Hunter is known as a defensive fighter, and where was the defense? I mean, where was the head movement of Angulo? Where was anything? Where was the jab? Where was, absolutely nothing. Alfredo Angulo had nothing in that fight. He got absolutely dominated. And I know that fight was stopped and it was controversial. But I mean, come on, bro. He was not going to win the fight. He did his best to sell at the end. You saw Virgil Hunter be like, in the mic, he was like, everyone knew Angulo was coming up strong. That's bullshit. Angulo was getting his ass whooped. I mean, I didn't give him one round. That's number one. And then, now the previous fight, Kareem Mayfield, he just lost his last fight. And I mean, I was watching Kareem and I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he has the style to be Guillermo, and he's outside, he's trying to fight from the outside, he's boxing. I'm like, what is he doing? And he's looking slow, he's looking sluggish. I mean, that was a winnable fight, and I blame that loss on Virgil Hunter. And Virgil Hunter should have told him, get inside. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. And then you had Amir Khan's last performance against Julio Diaz, and he looked shaky as hell in that fight. I mean, Amir Khan looked like shit. Straight up. I haven't seen him look that bad. I mean, I don't know since when. And now I'm starting to think, this guy was better under Freddie Roach. I mean, this guy, neither was he throwing nor was he blocking shots. And I think one problem that might be it is, Virgil Hunter, he thinks that since he's so used to, having Andre Ward in the stable, and I mean, Andre Ward is just nasty. I mean, you saw what he did in the Super 6 tournament. I mean, not everyone can be Andre Ward. He's trying to turn Amir Khan into that defensive wizard Andre Ward is. And you can tell because Khan looked slow, a little slower in his last fight. He looked confused. Like he was trying to do what Virgil Hunter was telling him to do, but he just couldn't because he doesn't have it inside of him. He's an offensive fighter. But going back to Virgil Hunter, Kareem Mayfield lost his last two fights. He lost against, Jesus Soto Karass in his last fight. Kareem Mayfield just lost. Amir Khan looked like shit. And there's a report I'm reading that, Kareem Mayfield might be leaving trainers because supposedly the fight of the week, the week of the fight for Kareem Mayfield, Virgil Hunter was in England with Amir Khan. What the fuck was Virgil Hunter doing in England when you have a fighter who has a fight coming up? I mean, that's bullshit. So, I mean, yeah, Virgil Hunter talks the talk, but for some reason the results, where are the results? There are no results. except Andre Ward. So I'm starting to question. I mean, I know you can't put everything on the trainer. It's about the fighter too. But I mean, since all these fighters ran to Virgil Hunter, he hasn't been able to do anything with them. And I think one reason might be that he can't change the style of a fighter who already, been fighting for the same style in a long time. As in, with Andre Ward, he'd been with him his entire career. But I mean, then, another thing is, I heard, in December, actually I watched the video too. Amir Khan bought in Coach Rick, the mythologist. And he, by the way, he's an amazing coach. You should see his mitt work. He mimics that, the Mayweather style mitt work they had with Roger Mayweather, that pity patty shit. And, he's an amazing mitt worker. And Amir Khan, he thought he was going to fight Devin Alexander. So for the time being, he called Coach Rick to work on the mats. And you have to ask yourself that question. If Virgil Hunter is his trainer, if he was doing the mitt work, why did he need to call Coach Ricky? And the report is that Amir called him himself, and I watched them train. I mean, why? If he was getting everything he needed from Virgil, why call Coach Rick? It just doesn't make any sense to me. He went to Virgil, he keeps saying, you're going to see a new Amir Khan. We're working on many different things with Virgil. But I mean, I didn't see shit in Amir Khan's last fight. No improvement. I mean, nothing. He looked worse than he did in the Danny Garcia fight, except for the TKO. So, I mean, I don't know. Is Virgil Hunter that trainer? People keep saying trainer of the year and all that. I mean, look at Robert Garcia. I know you can't change a fighter up completely, but I mean, look at Maidana. He has shown so much improvement from the last 3 years since he been with Robert Garcia. Now he sets up his shots with the with the jab now a little bit more. He has a little bit more head movement. So I mean, in my opinion, I still think Robert Garcia is a better trainer. And even I still think people don't give Freddie Roach too much credit anymore, since Julio Cesar Chavez has struggled in the past, and also Khan. But I mean, as far as Virgil Hunter goes, his fighters aren't winning. I mean, he needs a fucking win. And May 3rd, if Khan loses that fight, I'm gonna give at least half of the blame to Virgil Hunter, especially if he looks shitty in that fight. So I mean, Khan needs to win his next fight, and Virgil Hunter, he needs this win bad. He needs it bad. And if you look at Andre Ward, he hasn't been fighting in a long. I mean, he's only fighting one fight a year, so that shit ain't gonna work either for Virgil Hunter. Because we all know Andre Ward is gonna beat anybody. Andre Ward needs to go inside a big money fight, and that way people are gonna watch Andre Ward even more. But as far as Virgil Hunter goes, I still think he's a little overrated, and I think all the hype is complete bullshit. And I think May 3rd we're going to see if Amir Khan has any improvements or not. And if not, it's about time, we realize Virgil Hunter, and if he really is the top trainer. So, you guys tell me what you guys think. Leave your comments below, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. Is Virgil Hunter, a overhyped trainer, or is he the truth? He talks like the truth, but, the results haven't been seen. You guys tell me what you guys think.